So, what's the difference between traffic interception, product following, and product creation? A lot of sellers can't really tell them apart. So, today I'm going to use this video to explain it clearly to everyone. Actually, for TikTok teams at different stages, all three methods have their own benefits. All right, let's start by talking about traffic interception. What exactly is traffic interception? It means you pick an identical product and then use a lower price to capture a portion of the traffic from those 1,000 orders. Because every product card will recommend similar products below it, if your price is priced lower, some of that traffic might end up in your store. But there are a lot of drawbacks to traffic interception. The first and most important issue is that your ceiling is extremely low. The number of orders you can get is basically limited by the top selling product you're intercepting from. If that product gets 1,000 orders a day, maybe you can intercept 100 of them, but not all of those 100 orders will go to you. There might be 5 to 10 other stores with identical interception links competing with you for those 100 orders. So the number of orders you can actually get is very, very limited. So what's the second most important issue? Is that the prices are too low, so you actually have very little room to maneuver. You can't just do it like you would with generic products where you can run ads on a large scale yourself. You might only be able to intercept traffic naturally. Maybe you get 5 orders today, 10 tomorrow, 100 the day after that, but what about the day after that? Well, maybe the traffic just disappears. This is a big problem with intercepting traffic because your prices are low. If you start running ads, you won't have any profit and you won't have enough ROI to invest in advertising. So what's the third most important thing? It's easy to run into copyright issues, folks. A lot of trending products already have brands that have set up their own exclusive patents. If you go chasing after that traffic, you could easily get taken down for infringement. But intercepting traffic is relatively simple. For many small teams just starting out on TikTok, I think it's the fastest way to get positive feedback. The second method is product following. A lot of people confuse this with intercepting traffic. Product following is actually a more advanced form of intercepting traffic. The biggest difference with product following is that we're not choosing products that have already been hot on the market for half a year, or those that are already selling 1,000 units a day. If you try to follow those products now, your chances aren't very high because the TikTok pie is relatively small. If you want to compete with those super viral products that have already run 4,000 or 5,000 short videos on the front end, you might have to make twice as many, maybe 5,000 or 6,000, 7,000 or 8,000, or even 10,000 short videos just to steal the main product's traffic and bring it over to yours. So what kind of products do we choose for product following? We pick products that have shown growth in the past 3 months and have already been validated by other brands in the market as having demand. By following these products, we'll have a much better chance moving forward. But there's an even more important point about product following. Your team needs to be well coordinated, and you need to have at least a basic understanding of the entire product launching process on the platform. You need to know how to create short video scripts yourself, how to visually showcase your product in videos to address pain points, and how to test which high conversion, sales driving content and scripts work best, as well as the entire process of advertising placement. Only then can you successfully follow and launch these products. When you first start with product following, you might be choosing the same products as others, but as you test these products and get results, the most important thing is to build your own brand and register your own patents. This way, in the early stages, your trial and error costs are relatively low, and you're less likely to end up picking a product that has no demand in the market. And the third point, which is the most important, is creating your own product. When it comes to developing your own product, there are definitely a lot of pitfalls along the way. I think the most crucial thing is that from the very beginning, you need to have a clear understanding of the different groups of people in the market. Who exactly is your product for? Which group of people with specific needs are you targeting? You have to test this yourself from start to finish, and that really means you'll need to put in a lot of thought and time. You have to choose all kinds of different products, really dig deep to understand your category and your brand. For example, what products do your competitors launch each year? What kind of product can you launch that stands out in the market? Only then might you be able to quickly create a super hot selling item. But creating your own products does have its advantages. So what are the benefits of developing your own products? It means that in the future, you'll have more room to grow, your profit margins will be bigger, and you can set the price range for your own best-selling products. I think that's the biggest advantage of developing your own products. But at the same time, it also means your whole team needs to meet higher standards. Not only does your product manager need to be able to design products that are far superior to what's already on the market, but more importantly, your team needs to be familiar with all the short video scripts and product testing processes out there and know how to acquire traffic on the TikTok platform at a lower cost. These requirements are much higher than the previous two methods. So at different stages, I think your TikTok team can actually choose from 3 different approaches because honestly, there really aren't many talented people in this industry, and the industry itself is constantly changing. That's why being able to get positive feedback and grow step by step is the most important thing for a company's development. If you're just starting out in the TikTok industry, you should first try intercepting traffic just to let your team get some positive feedback. Then, step by step, gradually upgrade to working with products. As you slowly build a mature team, you'll be able to reach out to a huge number of influencers on TikTok every month, generate massive exposure, and create high-quality short videos for selling products. You'll be able to clearly showcase each product in your short videos and really tap into the customer's desire to buy. At that point, once you also have a good understanding of a particular brand or product category, you can start building your own brand and focus on branding. I think that's when your chances of success will be extremely high.